This is Eno, and welcome to this video, which is how to clean your Glock 19 9mm. In this video, we'll go through how to field strip, clean, and lubricate your Glock 19 Gen 4. This particular one is relatively new, but it's seen a few hundred rounds put through it recently, so it's definitely in need of a good cleaning. Some of the tools that we will be using are the bore brush. This is the one that came with the Glock. It's a generic gun cleaning brush. Some cotton patches, as well as cotton swabs. Cleaner and lubricant we'll be using is ballistol, both in a pour can and an aerosol. We'll also be using some gun grease. Let's go ahead and disassemble our Glock 19. We'll drop the mag, make sure the gun is clear, dry fire the gun in a safe direction, back the slide back slightly, remove the upper slide. This is our Glock in pieces. First, we're going to do the upper slide barrel and spring assembly. Remove the spring. I'm going to spray this down with a little bit of ballistol. I just use the tin cup to catch the overspray. And we'll set that aside to soak for a few minutes. Next, we remove the barrel from the upper slide. Plug one end, spray some ballistol inside, slosh it around a few times, and set that aside to soak. Next, we'll be using our gun brush along with some ballistol and cleaning our upper slide assembly, making sure we get into all the little nooks and crannies, cleaning the rails, rail guides. You want to make sure you point the muzzle down for this. We're cleaning that small area where the striker comes out to strike the round. We're taking some ballistol on a clean gun patch, and we're going to wipe down the entire upper slide assembly, both inside and out. This usually takes a few patches to get the entire upper slide clean, so make sure you keep doing this until your patch is clean. You're not getting any more dirt and grime. Make sure you get into all the crevices of the gun. Now we're going to take our cotton swab with a little bit of ballistol and clean the rail guides. Just make sure there's no carbon and powder fouling clogged up in those guides. Just want to make sure they're nice and clean. And we're just going to get into any areas that we weren't able to get into with just the patch. Some of the smaller areas of the gun. Now we're done with the upper side, we're going to wipe that off with a clean dry rag. And set that aside for a few minutes while we continue on. Next, we're going to take some ballistol on a clean gun patch, and following a relatively similar procedure, we're going to clean the lower assembly. We'll first start out with wiping down the entire assembly with a treated patch, paying special attention to the front or muzzle area, which gets pretty gunked up during firing. Also the internal mechanisms of the gun, and also anywhere where your hands would interface with the gun. Getting the magazine area there. Next we move over to a cotton swab to get all the little nooks and crevices of the gun. All the little areas that we can't get into with the patch. I usually use sometimes 3 to 4 of these while cleaning a gun, especially in the lower. The big thing is you want to make sure that you don't leave any little fuzzies behind from the cotton swab. Now we'll just go ahead and wipe that down with a dry rag. Next we'll move on to the barrel. Take a gun patch treated with Ballistol and just wipe down the barrel. Again, making sure you get in and cleaning all the small areas of the barrel. Next we're going to treat our bore brush with some Ballistol, and we're going to begin cycling it through. The first few times you do this are going to be a little tough. Once you begin loosening up and cleaning out that fouling, the brush is much easier to cycle through. There you go. You see there it goes through nice and easily. You want to do that about 10 or 12 times. Next we're going to take this, the same patch we were using before to wipe down the outside. And we're going to thread that through an eyelet tool and just swab out the inside of the barrel a few times, just to clean out any gook that the brush loosened up. Next we're going to take a dry patch with our mop tool and we're going to push that through. Push it through, turn it around, push it through again. We're going to keep doing that until the patch runs clean. It can be anywhere from 3 to 6 patches until it runs clean. Next I'm just going to double check to make sure that little loading ramp there into the barrel is nice and clean. And we're going to wipe it down with a clean rag. Next we're going to take some Ballistol on a rag and we're going to wipe down the barrel. We've now moved from cleaning mode into lubricating mode. So just a little light coat of Ballistol on the outside of the barrel. We use our eyelet tool to put a little bit of lubricant inside the barrel. And we'll set that aside for now. Next we're going to take our spring rod and just wipe that off. Doesn't need any major cleaning. Just needs to be wiped off. Alright, now we have all of our parts nice and cleaned. And take a cotton swab with a little bit of Ballistol on it. And we're going to lubricate our upper slide guide rails just with a little bit of lubricant. Less is more here. Lubricant, oil, if you will, can attract dirt. Dirt can wear out a gun. So less is more. A little bit of gun grease just on the fore and aft rail assemblies there where the lower assembly interfaces with the upper slide. Now we're going to reassemble our gun, inserting our barrel, replacing our spring rod, and reassembling our lower onto our upper. Rack it back, test fire, cycle it a few times just to make sure it's functioning properly. And our gun is clean. Next we're going to take our mag with a cleaning rag. This is a pre-treated cleaning rag. You can buy these at your local gun store. And I just wipe down all the magazines that I used with that. Next I take a hoppy silicone rag and just wipe down the entire gun. This will get rid of any excess grease or oil that might be left on the gun, clean any areas on the outside which I may have overlooked, and polishes and protects the gun, gives it a nice sheen. Ready for storage or back out to the range. That's how we clean our Glock 19. A clean gun is a happy gun.